straight out.
Okay, warmest greetings. First, I want to give thanks and praise to the Most High. Give thanks for life. Give thanks for our ancestors, our parents, and the reality is that if it weren't for our parents, we wouldn't be here right now. If it weren't for our grandparents, our parents wouldn't be here. So we must give thanks all the time. First, I want to give thanks to the great man, the Barbershop, Tony's Barbershop. And today is the 21st of March, and today is a Monday, and it's about nearly 2 o'clock. So we're making history. We have someone in the house here, Barbershop. We have our brother Patrick with us, who is a business person, entrepreneur, and I can understand he's a musician as well. And just before him come, just warm up his voice, etc. So Patrick, let me welcome to the house.
Everton, yeah.
Everton. Oh, beg your pardon. Oh, no.
I'm wondering if he was talking about you. I'm sure that guy named is Sean.
Beg your pardon. I thought it was Patrick. Everton.
That's the first time you called me. You never called me Patrick before, man.
Everton.
You just turned Patrick.
I don't know. Patrick got on me.
Brain freeze.
Yeah, freeze. So I beg your pardon. We have brother Everton side of the hole. I don't know we got Patrick. So anyways, it's all part of life. Everton, beg your pardon. Yeah. So Everton, give a little background about yourself and the kind of stuff you do.
Yeah. My background is in education and social care. First, I have to apologize. I'm still just about getting over a terrible flu. Lost my voice. My voice is just coming back. And so I hope you don't have any problem picking me up. My background is in education and social care mostly. And that's my passion, education.
Okay.
And I haven't ever done any kind of job which hasn't got any kind of a social implication.
Okay.
I'm not like a do good kind of a person, but it's just like a natural thing. That's the way I get what I need from the work that I do. There has to be some social aspect to it.
Okay.
Contributing to something.
Okay. So I want to ask you about what you're doing right now in terms of kind of you do use greeting cards. They fall into the greeting card genre, but okay.
They're very, very different conceptually and artistically. They're quite different. Take a very different approach to design. My card designs are more approach like film posters or book covers as opposed to like traditional. And also the greeting card format. The greeting cards is an English invention, and it's a great media. I don't really think that it's really been exploited to the fullest. Yeah. I find a lot is very corny, a little bit obvious.
Okay.
Very quite banal. A lot of it without being rude. But also, obviously, there's also some quite good cards out there as well. But it's a very wide market, and I feel that there's space for.
Okay. So what made you go into the greeting card business, so to speak? What made you go into that kind of creative?
Yeah, the idea wasn't the main thing wasn't even the greeting card. That was just incidental. Like a lot of things, if you're active doing things happen.
Okay.
So if you don't do stuff, then things don't tend to happen. But if you're active doing things, and sometimes things take a direction that you hadn't necessarily planned. So I had an interest in education, interest in art, and in the process of just basically doing some freehand drawing. I did a freehand drawing.
So you actually draw, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I did a bit of freehand drawing of this guy called Granville Woods, and for some reason it was like an A5 sheet, and I'm not quite sure how this connection came in. That I felt that in adding to that, you could then have something which is a very small, bite-sized piece of knowledge, which is text and an artistic impression of a person or a subject matter, whatever that might be. So it was just like a fleeting idea. But then kind of months passed by, and then even years passed by and the idea stayed.
Mm-hmm.
So I did, from the first doodlers, as you can call it, I did, you know, it was an A4 sheet of paper that I folded into two, which may turn it into an A5. And so I just took the idea the next step further and added some text, which I wrote by hand on the inside. And so that was the format. So the format is that my approach to the greeting card is that, apart from the artistic difference, is the idea of using it as a teaching tool, or as an educational tool. And all of these things, the idea kind of creates itself, and so it continued to kind of develop. Yeah.
Okay. So the question I'm going to ask you now is that what will the future holds for you in terms of?
Okay. Was it not recorded?
No, it's manual focus. It needed to be on manual focus because it was like.
It wasn't. Alright. Okay.
So, what's the future holds for you in terms of your plan with the cards and etc. Because what I want to say on camera, right, that you're very professional. You know, every time you say you're gonna do something, you do it. Every time I see you, you know, you got appointments, you have meetings, you have everything planned out. And I just met you recently over the last couple of years. No, less than a couple of years now, isn't it? The first time I saw you,
it probably is a couple of
years ago. I met you at the.
It's true. Kind of seen each other around, but to be honest, yeah.
Remember I saw you at the Langham. There was an event there.
Yeah.
Me and we just talking, connecting, and I tell you about the event I'm doing. You came.
Right.
And then you said you're interested in a store.
Remind me about the Langham. What's the Langham?
I think it was, I don't know if it's African Liberation Day or some event happening that time.
Yeah.
No, it was a Malcolm X Day.
Yeah. Okay.
Malcolm X Day.
Right, you're bringing it back now.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to remember when.
Yeah, it's over the Langham School there.
All right.
Right, and that's when I first met you. And me and we started connecting.
Okay.
But every time I see you, you got this done. You're getting this done.
Yeah.
You know, your systematic way of doing things.
Yeah.
You know, so I know you've got everything you say you're gonna do. You've executed so far.
Yeah.
So that surprised me.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how professional I am, or whatever it is. This is just a basic thing, even before professionalism. It's that it's very, very easy to talk, isn't it? A lot of people do a lot of talking. But then you don't really see much after that. But to be honest with you, it's very, very simple. You have an idea, you think about it, and then you start to do something about it. I don't really see what the problem is. And obviously, it's never ever a situation where you do everything at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's always like you do one thing, and then the one thing that you do leads to the other. It just depends on whether your intention is serious or not, whether you're just chatting, isn't it? Because it's quite easy to just chat, whatever the situation might be. So, to be honest with you, it is just purely as simple as seeing things through. And if you've got a passion for something, if you really feel that, then that keeps you tuned into it.
Okay.
You know.
And where's the future holds for you in terms of where you want to bring the cars, and you know what's your plan? You're doing an exhibition at the very
I mean it's still really early stage. I mean I started trading about 4 months ago, and the idea was I had this 4 or 5 months, isn't it? I think
you said you've been around for 100 years, man.
Well, no, it's like I say, things.
Yeah.
I don't know how complicated things are. I don't really think things are anything that you do. I don't really think they're that complicated. I mean, for me, I think I've just moved out of beyond testing the market. I think I can see now that it's the product does work and people are interested in it. And so the thing now is to basically, I guess I'm moving on to the next stage.
Okay, we've got about 30 seconds left. So I just want to say that, again, we have the great man, Everton, inside the halls here. Everton, it's a pleasure, you know what I mean? And people listen to you all over the world. Give thanks.
All right, man. Give thanks.